High school baseball is back on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. This afternoon from Daleville, it's the Cowan Blackhawks and the Daleville Broncos. Good afternoon. Hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again today. 2 straight good weather days. What have we done to deserve that? Don't know, but I hope we keep doing it. It's partly cloudy, very windy again for the second straight day. Temperatures in the mid-70s. No threat of any rain on the horizon. It looks like we'll get the games plural perhaps in today without any trouble. We're just about set to go. Game starting about 15 minutes later than people had expected, almost 20 minutes later than had expected.
Leading off for the Blackhawks in the top of the first inning.
And we're just about set to go. We'll be playing catch-up on your lineups due to the late start, but Max Nietrar will lead things off today for Cowan against Evan Etchison, the Daleville sophomore right-hander who's into his windup, and his first pitch is in the dirt away. Ball 1, and away we go. Nietrar, right-handed hitter, will set the defense for you. After this one, Etchison winds and fires. Foul tip back off the catcher, Pittsford, and it's a ball and a strike. Daleville has Gothrop in left, Hale in center, Stecker in right, Smith, Price, Tighe, and Waltermeyer third to first on the infield. The battery, Pittsford and Etchison. Here comes the 1-1. Curve and a beauty taken for a strike. It's 1-2. Etchison led the county last year in wins with 8. He's 1-0 with an ERA around 1.5 so far this year. Next one is a curve way upstairs. It's 2-2. Nietrar, then Evan Davis and Jack Mace for Ryan Conwell's Blackhawks. Here in the first, they come in 1-3 overall this season. Here's the next one from Etchison. Fastball too far away, and the count runs full. Nice crowd on hand here today. There's a softball game going on across the way. Here's the full count pitch, and it's hit in the air to left field, but it's right at Gothrop, and he's got it. That'll bring in Evan Davis.
Left fielder, number 6, Evan Davis.
Davis playing left field today in game 1 for the Blackhawks. Terry Turner's team coming off a fantastic win last night at Delta, 17-12. Here's the pitch. Fastball over but low, ball 1. That game featured 31 combined hits. It was something to write home about. 5 or 6 home runs, a bunch of doubles. Here's the pitch. Foul tip back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Great to have you along this afternoon, wherever you're listening. Whether it's down the road or halfway around the world, the internet is a great thing when it's used for the right thing. Etchison ready. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. Davis chased the ball out off the plate, and he's behind 1-2. Nice mix of sun and clouds. No high skies today. Here's the windup and the pitch. Fastball away. This time Davis lays off, and it's 2-2. Wind in the ballpark today, gusting well over 30 miles an hour. There's a swing and a miss, but the ball's in the dirt. They'll have to play it to first. And there's the throw down from Pittsford to Waltermeyer. That's a strikeout. 2 down for Jack Mace. First K of the day for Etchison. Wind here today, and Daleville is blowing hard out of the southwest, which means from the left field foul pole corner, angled toward the right field foul pole corner. Anything hit the right field is going to get a ride. Etchison ready. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. Mace, a strong young man. Dylan Gaskell waiting in the on-deck circle for the Blackhawks, who are wearing their road grays today. They look very sharp. The wind up the pitch. Fastball over but low. It's 2-0. Daleville wearing the same uniforms they wore at Delta yesterday. The Houston Astro Vegas gold and black horizontal striped jerseys with white pants and white hats with black cap bills. This one is popped up, playable, right side, but it can't be caught. It's a tough wind play down there for Walter Meyer, and it'll just be a strike. Saw some strange things in all that wind at Delta yesterday. Saw a ball hit down the right field line that was coming down foul and blew all the way back in fair. Blew it about 40 feet back into play yesterday. That happened a few times. So you got to play everything honest on a day like today. 2-1 pitch is in the dirt, and it's 3-1. As I said, Cowan wearing those road grays, pale gray, gold lettering, black trim, black batting helmets. Etchison ready, winds and fires. Hard hit ball right at the shortstop, and it's caught on the line by Price for the final out of the top of the first inning. Etchison works a 1-2-3 top of the first. After half an inning from Daleville, it's Cowan nothing. Daleville coming to bat on Beaver Media.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the first here in a scoreless game in Daleville. Cowan went 1-2-3 in their half of the first, and they'll be on defense now with Jack Mace going through his warm-up tosses out here on this beautiful diamond, home of the 2016 1A state champions. And plenty good team again this year for Terry Turner in his third year at Daleville. He's built a little bit of a machine, and they're really going to be good for a while. They have one senior who plays any appreciable innings. The rest of them are underclassmen, so watch out. You gotta play well to beat the Daleville Broncos right now. They're in the midst of a really nice run. Max Stecker, Peyton Smith, Josh Price are the due-up hitters here in the home half of the first inning. And if it sounds a little windy from time to time, well, it is. Gaskell will throw down to second, and we're just about set to go here in the home half of the first inning. Thanks for joining us today. Great having you along wherever you are. Spread the word. This game came together rather quickly, like a lot of games have this season. This one was quickly arranged for the broadcaster. We've had teams play this year on as little as 3 hours notice. So when you try to get games in, you get them in any way you can. Dylan Gaskell, the Cowan catcher, shakes hands with the home plate umpire before going to work. Here's Mace ready with his first pitch of the day, and it's a strike on the knees. Beauty on the outside corner to Stecker. Max, the right fielder, here in game one for Daleville. Mace ready with the next one. Same pitch, this one outside to even the count 1-1. Jack is a pretty good athlete. He brings it home. A fastball foul back out of play over near the softball diamond. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Max Stecker. I believe that's Westdell across the way playing softball at Daleville today. Here's the windup in the pitch. High and tight. Ben Stecker back, and it's 2-2. These are MEC conference games. The first one will count in the standings. There's a fastball, airmailed all the way to the screen, and the count goes full. Nothing like fun at the old ballpark. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, ball 4. Max Stecker draws an opening base on balls, and that brings in Peyton Smith. First walk of the game by either team. Smith, the third baseman, a right-hand hitter, and the third baseman for Cowan in on the grass thinking bunt. No show, no bunt, just over but low for ball 1. Smith had a home run in that win over Delta yesterday. Open stance. Here's the pitch to him. Chases high cheese, foul tip. It's a strike, and it's 1-1. And yeah, that is the wind you hear. Mace ready from the stretch. Steps off. Chases Stecker. Back to first. We'll see if anything is on here. Mace works the first base side of the rubber. He brings it home. It's a one-hopper to Dylan Gaskell, and the count moves to 2-1. Good catchers are worth their weight in gold. Today in gold and black. Mace has his sign, brings it home. It's outside, and the count moves to 3 balls and a strike to Peyton Smith. Josh Price waiting in the on-deck circle, and if they can move it far enough, they'll bring Ryan Hale up in the cleanup spot. Next one is popped up. First base side over near the fence. It'll be back out of play. The count runs full to the second straight hitter of the day for the Broncos. Broncos come in ranked 3rd in the state in the coaches poll in 1A. One other team in the county is ranked right now. It's 2A Wapahani. All they are is number 1 in 2A. Runner breaks. Pitch is swung on, missed, strike 3, throw down, gets away from the shortstop. It bounds into left center field, and he's going to go all the way to third, and the throw to third nearly allowed him to score. So score that a strikeout of Peyton Smith. Stolen base for Stecker as he goes to third on the tough luck error that'll go against Gaskell. His throw was a good one, but it hit Stecker in the middle of his head-first diving slide, and down to third goes Stecker. So a chance to get an early run with 1 away for Josh Price. Still in the stretch is Mace. He buzzes the tower with a high, tight fastball for ball 1. 5 or 6 guys in the Bronco dugout have already homered this year. Price is one of them. From the chest, here's Mace's pitch. Tapper foul over near the home dugout. This is a very good hitting team. If they just get average pitching, they're going to be pretty tough. They get above average pitching, look out. Price back in there, waiting on the 1-1. Pops it up. It's back out of play. And it's 1-2. Stecker opened this inning with a walk, stole second, went to third as the throw got away into the outfield, just far enough for him to move up another 90 feet, and he's 90 feet from breaking the ice on the scoreboard. Here comes the pitch. Line drive, straight away left field. That should get him home. Here's the tag. Here's the throw. He's going to bluff. The throw was well offline. It was cut off by Mace. You hear the crowd from Cowan appreciative of that play. So they're able to prevent the run from coming home to score.
Center fielder.
And with 2 down and a man on, Ryan Hale will bat. It was a nice play out there in the Cowan outfield. That was Evan Davis, who made a really strong throw in. It was offline, but they couldn't risk it. Next one in the air toward right. That's going to chase him back toward the fence. It's over his head. It's off the fence on a hop. A run comes home to score. Hale is going to chug in to second base with a double, an RBI, and a 1-0 Daleville lead. Stecker comes home to score on the 2-base hit. And that brings in the number 5 hitter, Jared Pittsford. And I believe I think Ethan Pittsford is the correct name. It's fouled back out of play. 0-1. I am correct. It's Ethan Pittsford. Right-hand hitter. Takes one upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ethan, another one of those good young players in Terry Turner's dugout. 1-0 game here in the bottom of the first. There's another one popped back out of play. Incoming. Broncos have fouled a lot of balls out of play already. Hale with a good lead at second base. Mace looks back at him. Now he comes home with it. Too high with a changeup. And the count goes to 2-2. Jared Waldermeyer waiting in the on-deck circle if they can move this one along. There's a swing and a miss. Chased the high, hard one. Couldn't get it. That's the final out of the bottom of the first inning. First strikeout of the day. Probably won't be the last by the hard-throwing Jack Mace, but the damage is done. 1 run, 1 hit, a double, and a man left in scoring position. We're through an inning here in Daleville. The score, the Broncos 1, the Blackhawks 0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong. Hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We go to the top of the second inning with Daleville leading Cowan by a score of 1-0. It's Dylan Gaskell to lead off, and he takes a pitch just off the outside corner for ball 1. 4, 5, and 6 for Cowan here in the second inning. Dylan Gaskell, then Colin Keir, and Noah Collins. Etchison works the slider on the outside corner. Gaskell checked his swing. It was a corner strike anyway. 1 ball, 1 strike. Defense straight away, deep in right field. There's a pitch low and inside to make it 2-1. In left field, Gothrop is very shallow because of the wind. It'll knock balls down that are headed for left field. Etchison ready. He brings it home. One hopper right back to him on the mound. He'll trot toward first. Underhand flip to Waldermeyer. And that's out number 1. Score it 1-3. And it brings up Colin Keir. Here, the first left-handed batter of the day, and as I mentioned earlier, anything to right field in the air is going to get a help, and I mean a lot of it. He starts him with a breaking ball taken for strike one. Here, a big, tall fella. You don't want to leave a cookie up over the plate. Another curveball, this one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is a friendly hitter's park anyway, and you leave something up, hit hard to right, it's going to be trouble. This is hit hard to left center. Diving attempt. Gothrop can't get it. It's going to roll all the way out near the warning track. That's going to be at least 2 bases, and that's where Kier will hit the brakes. Colin Kier lines one to deep left center field, and despite the best efforts of Gothrop, it's a double, a booming double. And a runner in scoring position, representing the tying run, as Noah Collins comes to the plate.
Shortstop number 9, Noah Collins.
First hit of the day by Cowan. Kier with a short lead at second. Etchison now from the stretch, and he brings it home with a fastball in tight. Ball 1. Etchison, a very smart pitcher. Not one of those guys who's just a thrower. He's got a plan. Ground ball to the right side. That'll move Kier to third. The play will go to first, and it's a 4-3 putout as Tig throws him out over to Waldermeyer. That's 2 away.
Second baseman, number 1, Christian Barton.
Kier to third on the fielder's choice, and with 2 away, Christian Barton will have a chance to tie the game, or perhaps, with a long one, put his team on top. Etchison will work from the stretch, not the windup, and he leaves the first one low, ball 1. Nice stop back there by Pittsford. A couple of pretty good catchers in this game today. Etchison has the sign, brings it home. It's a fastball taken for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. Cowan trying to tie this one. They trail 1-0 here in the second. Tapper, tough play towards short. It's going to be cut off by Smith. Fires on the run. Nice play. Got him. Beautiful play by Peyton Smith. 5-3 on the putout. That saves the Daleville lead, and it strands Kier at third base. No runs, a double. No errors, 1 man left. We're through an inning and a half in Daleville. It's the Broncos over the Blackhawks. It's 1-0 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We head for the bottom of the second inning in Daleville. It's the Broncos out in front of the Cowan Blackhawks, 1-0. 6, 7, and 8 scheduled here in the second. It's Jared Waldermeyer to lead things off. And Jack May starts in with a fastball around the chin for ball 1. Waldermeyer, Caden Gothrop, and Evan Etchison, the scheduled hitters for Terry Turner here in the second. Fastball, airmails everyone all the way to the backstop on the fly. You heard him go, ugh, he knew. And it's 2-0. Pitchers know. Their muscle memory, they know when they've missed on their mechanics. Here comes the next one. This much better. A fastball right down Broadway. Taken for a strike to make it 2-1. Right-handed hitter. Tapper foul, third base side. It's a dugout ball. And it's 2-2. Nine foul balls already in the game by the Broncos. They're a good hitting team. Next one is a ball. Full count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Hard hit ball down the third baseline past a diving third baseman. Thomas couldn't get it, but it'll just be a single. The grass stopped the roll. Davis able to get it back in and hold Watermeyer to just a one-base hit. So the Broncos have their leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning. Caden Gothrop, the left-handed hitter, stands in with a chance to move a teammate, already leading 1-0. Mace over from the stretch, bunt up the third baseline. It's a beauty, but it's fielded just foul. That was a good call. You heard the groans. It was foul. I'm looking right at it. There's a reason why there are 2 umps on the field and a lot more in the stands. 0-1. Gothrop, a good-looking young player. Slightly open stance, in close to the plate. He chases a ball up out of the zone, couldn't get it, and he's down 0-2. Watermeyer, the runner at first, here in the Daleville half of the second. The Broncos lead 1-0. He's got a good lead, but not great. Here's the pitch. He's not going anywhere. Snap throw down to first off the swing and miss. Runner back safely, but that's one away. Gothrop strikes out. Second whiff of the day for Jack Mace. Make it the third for Mace. And with one away, Evan Etchison, the Daleville pitcher, will grab a bat. He's off to a great start, hitting 700. Lines one up the middle, nearly took Mace's hat off. It's into right center field. Runner's going to head for second and third. Here comes Etchison towards second, and he's going to have a stand-up double. Watermeyer to third, Etchison with a double. Nice piece of hitting. I told you he's been red hot, and he has. He's just a solid hitter. Brings in the 9-hole man, Blaine Teig. He's the second baseman for Terry Turner today. Right-handed hitter, and you wonder, will he put anything on in terms of a squeeze or a safety squeeze? What will he do here? Mace will continue to go from the stretch with minutes, second and third, and one out. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for a ball. Broncos have 3 hits in the game. 2 of them have been doubles. Here's the pitch from Mace. Outside, nice stop by Gaskell. And the count is 2-0. Now, I don't think many 9-hole hitters are going to swing on 2-0. Not if they want to keep playing. Here's the pitch. Upstairs and inside. The count 3-0 to Blaine Teig. And this is where coaches get gray hair. The 9-hole hitter, and he's ahead 3-0. That'll give you gray ones for sure. Mace has his sign from Gaskell. Here's the pitch. Nice. Fastball with a little movement on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch by Mace to make it 3-1. That had nice tail on it. Moving away from the hitter. Here's the next one. Fouled back out of play over near the softball park. And it's full. Watermeyer singled. Gothrop struck out. Etchison doubled to move Watermeyer to third, and That's where they are right now. 3-1 pitch. Worked him away, ball 4. So Tig, the number 9 hitter, coaxes the base on balls. That's 2 walks by Mace, and Ryan Conwell, the Cowan coach, will call time and go out to the mound for a quick visit. So the bags are juiced now, and you roll over the order and bring the top of the order in. And the entire Cowan infield having a chat with Ryan Conwell. Little quick math for you here during the meeting on the mound. 33 pitches thrown so far in this game by Mace, and of course that's a factor now. Here's the next one. The 34th is high for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Max Stecker. The key number is 35 because that's where the automatic rest kicks in. Here's the pitch. It's low and away, and it's 2-0 to Stecker, who walked and scored the only run of the game back in the first inning. Of course, the more pitches you throw, the longer you have to rest. Fastball way upstairs, and Mace is in trouble at 3-0 and nowhere to put Stecker. Max playing right field again today. Cowan's infield is in tight at all 4 spots, trying to stop the run. Next one home is low and away, ball 4, and that'll force in the second run of the day by Daleville. Give the walk and the RBI to Stecker, and that moves everyone station to station, and Waltermeyer comes home to touch the plate and make it 2-0 Broncos. That'll move Etchison down to third, and Tig will go to second. Bag still juiced. Look out, a fastball over the head of Smith. The throw home is too high, and he's safe. That's certainly a wild pitch. Etchison scores the 3rd run of the day. And it took my crowd mic out of commission because of the force of the blow. And now Cowan doesn't have a force out to help them defensively. Runners at second and third in a 3-0 game. Here's the pitch. Smith looks at another one upstairs. This one not quite as high, and it's 2-0. Smith struck out, swinging back in the first. Broncos have put a 2 spot on the board here in the second inning. Still just 1 away. Smith swinging away. He'll foul it back out of play. Blaine Tig at third. Max Stecker at second. Mace takes a look at him, brings it home. Popped up down the left field line. It's going to be back out of play. They are just wearing out foul balls. Awful lot of them. Smith back in. He's all set. So is Mace. Here comes the pitch. Popped up on the infield, right side near first base. The call and the catch by Keir. That's a gift for Cowan, and that's the second out of the inning. And Smith will not be happy with himself for doing that. So 2 away, 2 aboard for Josh Price, who is 0 for 1. He flied to left his first time. Let's see if he can pick up a couple RBIs on a 2-out hit. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased the high, hard cheese. Couldn't get it. 0-1. Mace still in the stretch. Some pitchers will work out of the windup here, but not him, and he leaves this one inside to make it a ball and a strike to Price. It's really a matter of personal comfort for your pitcher, whether he flips over and goes back to the windup. Here's the next one. Popped up on the infield. Near first base, foul ground now as it drifts, and Kier makes a diving catch as the ball ran away from him in all that wind, and that's a sparkling play for the final out of the inning. Nicely done by Colin Kier. Damage again for the Daleville Broncos, though. They put 2 runs on the board. They leave 2 men in scoring position. We're through 2 innings in Daleville. It's the Broncos 3, the Blackhawks nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Indiana, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard. Always do your best. And if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We head for the 3rd inning here in Daleville. It's the Broncos out in front of Cowan 3-0. And as we start the 3rd, Marshall Hargrave takes a swing and misses the next one from Etchison to go down 0-1. 8-9-1 for Cowan here in the 3rd. Etchison has looked sharp. This one right out of the park, right into my kitchen. It's a ball in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Etchison has allowed 1 hit, a double by Colin Kier. Swing and a miss at the next one. The catcher, Pittsford, threw it down to 3rd thinking it was a strikeout. It was not. It's 1-2. Worth a try. Chopper over the mound, headed up the middle. They can't get it. It's into center field for a base hit between Price and Tighe. Second hit of the day for Cowan. They've got their leadoff man aboard here in the 3rd, and that brings in the number 9 hitter, Jacob Thomas, the 3rd baseman. Looks down at Ryan Conwell for a sign. Short lead at first for Hargrave. Back to the stretch goes Etchison. Daleville would love to get a double play. Ball in the dirt. Batter squared. Didn't break it all. And the runner stays put on a nice stop in the dirt by Pittsford. Said it again yesterday. I'll say it again today. Good catchers are worth their weight in gold. They'll save you 20 runs a year in high school over the span of 30 games or so. And they'll save you a lot of bases as well. Good example there by Pittsford. Terry Turner's pretty high on that young man and his tools. Etchison brings it home. Squaring again and taking is Thomas. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Daleville got a run in the first. They got 2 more in the second to lead 3-0 here. They come in at 3-1. 1-3 for Cowan. This one bunted out in front of the plate. Smith will come down from 3rd. He'll throw to 1st, and he got him. No one covered 3rd, but the runner didn't see it. And that's 1 away. Sacrifice, 1-3. Well done by Thomas. That brings around the top of the order. and Max Nietrauer. Max flied to left his first time up. He's officially 0-for-1. And a chance for an RBI here with a man in scoring position and one away. Here's the pitch to him. Pops it back out of play. Over near the golf cart, Daniel Hansen looked like he was going to get beamed with that one. That would not have felt good. Good having you along for the ride today. Spread the word. Lots more baseball coming. You might have heard yesterday, I nearly got electrocuted. Here's the pitch. Tapper foul out in front of the plate. It hit the hitter coming up. And it's quickly 0-2. The power adapter that runs my computer failed yesterday, and it cost me all but the first inning of the game, but working on it last night, it sparked and blew up in my hand basically and left me with a smoking black hand. I'm okay. It was an adventure though. Big handful of sparks there briefly. Pitch was a ball, the count 1-2. Enough about me. Etchison ready. The fire, swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 down as Nietrauer whiffs. 2 strikeouts on the day for Evan Etchison. And that brings up Evan Davis, who struck out his first time. Marshall Hargrave still out at second base. Etchison looks at him, starts the hitter with a curve high and tight, ball 1. Windy, warm Friday the 13th. Hope you're not superstitious. There's a fastball upstairs, and it's 1-1. Check it, 2-0. Daleville straight away in the outfield, trying to keep Hargrave honest with a good lead at second. Popped up, back out of play, right over my head. 2 balls and a strike to Evan Davis. Evan is a junior. He'll have another season again in front of him in 19. Trying to stay alive here. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, good take. It was way high, and it's 3-1. Davis in front now. Hargrave open with a single back through the middle. He was sacrificed to second by Thomas. Couldn't go anywhere on the strikeout by Nietrauer. There's a strike taken again, and the count runs full to Evan Davis as he tries to break the ice for the Blackhawks, trailing 3-0 here in the third. Etchison sharp, he just gets people out. Here's the pitch. Left it upstairs, ball 4. So a 2-out walk puts Blackhawks at first and second, and it brings in their 3-hole hitter, Jack Mace, and he represents the tying run, and believe you me, he could tie it with 1 swing. Time called. Peyton Smith, the third baseman, trots over to the mound for a quick word of encouragement and maybe some strategy with Etchison. Mace 0-for-1, but he hit a rocket the first time up right at the shortstop, Josh Price. And if he elevates that now, he'll get 2. Boy, the curveball in the dirt is bouncing away to the backstop. Pittsford couldn't keep that one in front of him, and both runners move up 90 feet. Wild pitch by Etchison. Just held it too long. And Mace with 2 men in scoring position now. A single would probably get you both runs, with them going on contact with 2 away here in the visitors' third. Etchison from the stretch. Works the outside edge but can't get it. And it's 2-0. Mace, a big, strong, right-handed young man, imposing at the plate in the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch to him. He takes a strike. That might have been the one he wanted. Fastball right down the middle. He didn't offer. He's still ahead in the count. 2-1. Waggles the bat. Here comes the pitch. Rocket. Past a diving second baseman Tige into the alley in right center field. 1 run home. 2 runs are going to score. Mace is going to try for 3. Here comes the throw back in. Mace will have a stand-up triple. Driving in 2 runs, and that makes it 3-2, Daleville. Nice piece of hitting by Mace. It's the first triple I've seen this season. Good for a pair of ribeyes. Nicely done. And that brings up Dylan Gaskell. First pitch swinging, grounds it to short. Price has it, fires across in the dirt. They can't dig it. It's a tie game. Mace comes home to score. That'll be a throwing error on the shortstop, Josh Price. And this game is knotted up at 3 apiece. Just that fast. What did I tell you? When you give teams extra outs, it's a sure path to trouble. We've got ourselves a 3-3 game. Runner at first, Cowan Kier, who takes a strike. Colin, a big left-handed hitter. He doubled the left center field his first time. Gaskell, the runner at first, with a very short lead. Here's the pitch. Over but low with the fastball. It's 2-0 to Kier. Check it, 1-1 to Kier. Wide open stance, hands high. Here's the pitch to him. Chased the pitch away. Foul tipped, caught by the catcher. Now, 1-2. Blackhawks with a chance to get on top here in their half of the third. They've fought back to tie. Fastball away from Etchison to make it 2-2. And they've got the go-ahead run at first in Dylan Gaskell. And as I said earlier, the only trouble field in terms of the wind today is going to be right field. Pitch high and away, a breaking ball. And the count goes full to Kier. This is the one guy in the batting order you don't want to leave something out over the plate. And with full count and 2 down, Gaskell's going to be going as soon as the pitcher starts his motion. There he goes. High fly ball down the right field line. It's going to twist way foul. It might have had home run distance. It did have home run distance, but it was about 20 feet foul. I told you the wind was across the diamond and it pushed it. It started fair, went foul. Just a long, loud strike to keep him alive. A very narrow miss by Kier. Gaskell, short lead again at first. He'll take off. There he goes. This one lifted down the left field line softly. It's going to fall in for a hit. Gothrop will come over and stop it. And that's a 2-out bloop hit the other way for Colin Kier. That sends Gaskell down to second base. Third hit of the inning for Cowan, and it brings up Noah Collins, the 8th Blackhawk hitter in the third inning. They've had a good frame. 3-3 game, inning number 3. Men at first and second with 2 down. Here comes the pitch to him. Little tapper foul over near the third base dugout. Collins, nothing out of 1. He grounded out to second his first time. Etchison looks in for a sign from Pittsford as he throws the fingers down. He's got one ready. From the stretch, here's the pitch. High and tight, spun the hitter out of there. And it's 1-1. It's been a week of big innings around here. I think we had 5 innings yesterday that had 4 runs or more in that game at Delta. Next one home is outside, also low with a fastball. And the count is 2-1. We've had a single run, 2 runs, and 3 runs in the line score today already. Smash over the third baseman, down the left field line for a hit. They'll throw up a stop sign at third as Gaskell, the catcher, rounds it and stops. And the bags are full with 2 down. Nice job hitting by Noah Collins. Everyone moves up station to station. And they've batted around here in the third with Christian Barton up there. 4th hit of the inning for the Blackhawks to go along with a costly error. Time called as Daleville convenes a meeting of the infield and the battery on the mound. Things were rolling along just fine, but the error opened the floodgate and allowed Cowan to continue hitting, and that has allowed them to tie the game and threatening now to take the lead. Terry Turner done with the lecture. Everyone set to go. Christian Barton, the 7-hole hitter, 9th batter of the inning, and nothing out of 1 for him today. He grounded out to third base. Daleville will play behind the runner at first, and time called. You heard that. Nowhere to put him. Gaskell at third, Keir at second, Collins at first. And now from the windup, here comes Etchison. Tapper foul, back to the screen. Barton just trying to find a soft spot with, as my dad would say, ducks on the pond. 3 Blackhawks out there wanting to come home. Etchison ready. Brings the next one. Softly lined into left center field. Base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the next man. The throw will go to third. Everyone is safe. And now the runner will come home and score. The ball rolled in the Daleville dugout as it hopped away from Smith. And that's a 3-run play for Cowan. And they take a 6-3 lead. Holy smoke. Wow. Well, you'll give 2 RBIs to Barton, who goes down to second on the throw. Gaskell, Keir, and Collins all come home to score. Collins comes home on the ball that bounced into the dugout, and you're going to probably give that error on the throw to Gothrop from left field. And just that fast, an inning that began with Cowan leading, Daleville leading 3-0 is now a 6-3 Cowan lead, and they're not done. They'll send the 10th man to the plate here against Etchison. Marshall Hargrave, who started this inning with a single and came around to score their first run of the day. Man at second, 2 down, hard ground ball, but room service right to Tige at second. On 3 hops, he throws him out. And that's the final out of the inning, but major damage done in that frame by Cowan. They pick up 6 runs, and they leave a man in scoring position at second base. We head to the bottom of the third now. It's Cowan all of a sudden out in front, 6-3 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Big inning in the top of the third for Cowan. They scratch out 6 runs, sending 10 men to the plate, and they double up Daleville now 6-3. Long way to go. A lot of baseball ahead. I don't think 6-3 will probably be the final score, but we'll find out together. 4, 5, and 6 for Daleville here in the home half of the third. Ryan Hale, the cleanup man, to lead off against Jack Mace. First pitch is a 58-foot fastball for ball 1. Ryan Hale, Ethan Pittsford, Jared Waltermeyer due up for the Broncos. They have work to do, trailing now by 3. Mace winds and fires. Fastball outside corner, taken for a strike. Hale doubled in his first trip. He's 1 for 1 today. They left him on base, Mr. Lonely. Fastball way upstairs, and when you're talking about Ryan, who's a good 6'3", 6'4", it's way up. Count 2-1. Fantastic year on the basketball court. Chases the high heat, can't get it. 2-2. You heard Terry Turner say to the dugout, lay off the stuff up. 2-2 pitch coming from Mace. Tapper up the third baseline foul. Terry Turner stops it with the left hand. Ryan averaged double figures in both scoring and rebounding, was one of the state's top rebounders in 1A. Had some monster double-double games. Here's the pitch to him. Hard hit ball to third. Knocked down. Fire across. Keir can't scoop it. He's going to be safe. Ryan Hale picks up his second safety of the day, an infield hit. Tough play on both ends. That's the 4th hit of the game by Daleville, and they've had their leadoff man aboard in all 3 innings, and that brings up Ethan Pittsford. Right-hand hitter. Here's the pitch to him. Chase the high, hard stuff, and Terry Turner just bends at third base. He just told him, stay off the high, hard stuff. It's very tempting, though. When you're up there, you want that big one. Mace ready, brings it home. Smash through the left field hole, the 5 hole, and brought back in on a couple hops by Davis. And Daleville has something cooking here in the third. Consecutive hits. I believe we're going to have a courtesy runner. And it's going to be Derek Lawrence who grabs a helmet. And he'll run for Pittsford, who will re-enter. So Hale is at second. Lawrence at first. And with 2 men on and no one out, Waltermeyer the hitter, and he takes a strike, and he represents the potential tying run. Got a feeling that 6th spot didn't sit well with the guys in the Daleville dugout. There's a 1-hopper home. Nice stop by Gaskell. Runners can't go anywhere. Harmless ball to make it 1-1. Waltermeyer has a single in a 1-for-1 day. He scored the second Daleville run of the day. Fastball in the dirt away, and another nice stop by Gaskell, who says, if there's a blemish on that, could I get another ball? He's a smart kid. He really is. Member of my loyal Twitter army, approaching 2,900 troops strong. Here's the pitch. Third straight one in the dirt away. Mace is wearing out his buddy Gaskell. And the count is 3 balls and a strike. after a first pitch strike, 3 straight balls to Walter Meyer from Mace. He's flirting with disaster. There's ball 4 over the head of Walter Meyer. He'll walk and fill the bases with no one out. And if they don't get a run out of this on the Daleville side in the third, there ought to be a congressional investigation. Short of a triple play, they really need to score. Time called. A couple of guys go out to have a chat. Gaskell and Kier go to the mound, a quick chat with Mace. They're done with that. They don't count them in high school yet, like they do in the bigs. And with the sacks full and no one out, Caden Gothrop is the hitter. He's a strikeout victim, nothing out of 1. Chance to be the hero here in the third. Daleville trailing 6-3. First one to him is high, ball 1. Son of a coach, so you know he's a good thinker of the game. Pitch comes home. It's way upstairs. Mace threw that about 7 feet above ground, and it's 2-0. I see a Joe Wrench sighting, but he doesn't have any lemonade. That cool, refreshing drink. Here's the pitch. Fastball upstairs. 3-0 to Gothrop. I'll bet the mortgage and the farm that he'll take here on 3-0 with no one out and the bags loaded. Mace from the stretch. He brings it home. It's high, ball 4. And that'll force in a run. Back-to-back walks. Give the RBI to Gothrop. Time called as Hale comes home to score. And we may have ourselves the first pitching change of the day as Ryan Conwell goes out to the mound. Let's see what he does. Daleville got that run I was telling you about. And there's a lot more potentially on the table here with no one out in the third. Are they going to stick with Mace or are they going to make a change? Long meeting involving the whole infield. We'll see what they decide to do. Strategy involved here. You could play back and try to get 2 and allow the next run to come home, concede the run to get a double play. Or you can play tight and try to force that next runner at home and then think about a double play. Hale singled to start it. Pittsford singled behind him. Walks to Walter Meyer and Gothrop. A run home here in the Daleville third to make it a 6-4 game. And we're going to have a pitching change. Back to tell you more about it right after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Indiana knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket?
Welcome back to the game. We've had a pitching change for Cowan. Noah Collins on the mound. He starts Evan Etchison with 2 straight balls to make it 2-0. Bases still loaded for Daleville here in the third. They trail 6-4. Infield tight everywhere for the Blackhawks. Etchison takes a strike up and in to make it 2-1. Evan doubled to right center his first time and eventually scored. Nowhere to put him. Collins, a right-hander. This one grounded through the right side. Great piece of hitting, base hit. 1 run is in. Another man headed for home. Throw to the plate. He's going to be safe. Just got under the tag by Dylan Gaskell. Ryan Conwell says go tag him. He never touched the plate. But the umpire signaled safe. And we've got ourselves a tie game. We got controversy here now. Coach Conwell from Cowan says he never touched the plate. Well, as it is, Etchison goes to second on the throw back in. He'll pick up 2 more RBIs on that single. And just that fast, we have ourselves a tie game. There's an appeal by Cowan, and the umpire says safe. And Coach Conwell just grins. I've got that one on video. We'll look at that one later. I got a real good look at that one. That'll be our Dr. Tavel. Did you see it correctly? Play of the day. And now the umpires will conference. First 3 hitters of the inning have come home to score for Daleville. There's still no one out in a 6-6 game now here in the third. Now that session of the United Nations is over. That'll bring in the number 9 hitter, Blaine Teig, with minutes second and third. Eddie takes the strike. Cowan scored all 6 of their runs in the top of this inning. Daleville scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 here so far in the third to tie it up. Next one is in the dirt. Here comes the runner from third. We'll have a play at the plate. He's safe. Daleville takes a 7-6 lead. Caden Gothrop comes home to score on the wild pitch. Etchison moves to third. And that's the 4th run of this frame for the Broncos, who retake the lead just that fast. Still nobody out. A simple fly ball might get him home. Next one in the dirt. Gaskell stops another one. He's a fine catcher. He's going to go to Taylor next year and play his college baseball. I love the change in his Twitter bio. Retired IHSAA basketball player. Here's the pitch. Nice. Fastball at the knees on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 2-2. Retired IHSAA basketball player. You're killing me, Dylan. 2-2 pitch coming from Collins. A long pause in his set. He brings it home. Another 59-footer. Smothered again by Gaskell. Mom ought to take that boy out for a steak tonight. You can tell her I said that. First 4 batters of the inning have come home to score for Daleville. They've turned a 6-3 deficit into a 7-6 lead here in the third. Fastball way upstairs, ball 4. Teig will draw the walk from Collins. His first free pass of the day. Men on the corners with no one out. And the top of the order rolls around, and that means it's time for Max Stecker. Max has walked each of his first 2 times up. No official at-bats. A run scored and an RBI for him today, with Etchison at third and Tig at first. His first look at Collins. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks to second. He's going to go down there unobstructed and unchallenged. The throw goes to third. He's back safely down there, is Etchison. So a stolen base by Blaine Tig. Stecker back in there with 2 men in scoring position now. The pitch comes home. Bunt attempt. It's a strike. Stecker couldn't get it. 0-2. Peyton Smith waiting on deck. Josh Price behind him in the hole. Collins ready. Brings it home. It's in the dirt. Another nice stop right between the feet of Dylan Gaskell. He asks for an appeal on did he check. The base umpire says no. One ball, 2 strikes. Broncos looking for an even bigger crooked number here in their half of the third. Fastball in the dirt. Gaskell again stops it again. It's between his feet, and he fires it back to Collins. He's not happy. They're wearing him out. That's probably conservatively 10 balls in the dirt handled today by Gaskell, the Cowan catcher. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. It's on the way. Off the batting helmet of Stecker, and the bags are loaded again. He's okay. It just grazed the bill going by. First batter hit by a pitch today. It belongs to Collins, and still no one out. Etchison at third, Tig at second, Stecker at first. For Peyton Smith, big moment here. Homered yesterday. Another one here would break it wide open. Here comes the pitch. High fly ball down the left field line. It'll go back out of play over the crowd. And it's 0-1. And I'll guarantee you, he's thinking home run right here. If I know Pete. They call him Pete. Fire hydrant kind of player. About 6 feet tall, probably 210. Swinging away, pops it up. That'll be an infield fly, automatic out if it stays fair, and it does. It's an automatic out. Mace couldn't catch it, but it drops near the mound, and it's an automatic out. Out number 1. Smith has popped up his last 2 times up, and that's a costly one right there. Technically, you give the put out to the pitcher, if I remember correctly, because it fell near the mound. But no matter how you score that, it's going to be 1 away, and the bag's still full, and Cowan's still tight everywhere in the infield. Chance for Josh Price to do something with the bat. He's the 9th hitter of the inning for Daleville. Here's the pitch to him. He takes in the dirt, ball 1. Price, nothing out of 2. Flied to left, popped to first. Broncos have batted around here in the third. Pitch comes home. Fastball right down the pipe. Price was taking, and it's 1-1. He throws it there again. I think it's going a long way. That was right over the plate. Very tempting. 1 ball, 1 strike. Middle infielders in at the edge of the grass as they try to cut off another run. Fastball way upstairs. Gaskell handles it. Runners stay put. 2-1. Etchison at third. Tig at second, Stecker, the runner, at first. And he's as far behind the first baseman as you'll probably ever see a runner. He's a good 20 feet behind him. Ground ball toward third. Could be trouble. Can't handle it cleanly. Mace couldn't pick it. 1 run home, and that's all they'll get. Daleville adds another run as Etchison comes home. I'm going to score that an E5. That should have been picked cleanly. It was not. Everyone is safe.
Center fielder number 5.
And it's an 8-6 game.
Ryan Hale.
10th hitter in the inning. It's Ryan Hale. He began this rally, what seems like 20 minutes ago, with a single and came around to score. Men on the corners. First pitch swinging, pops it up. It's going to stay in play near the first base dugout and foul ground. Kier has it for the second out. And that right there is a little bit of free swinging. You probably want those appearances by Smith and Hale back if you could get them back, because 2 of your best hitters hit the ball about 100 combined feet for 2 outs. Now leaves it up to Ethan Pittsford. Bags juiced. Here comes the pitch. It's a strike. Taken on the inside corner. Strikeout, single, run scored, 1 out of 2 so far today for Pittsford. Daleville catcher. Teammates everywhere. He takes upstairs. Good eye, good layoff. 1 ball, 1 strike. One in the first, 2 in the second, 5 so far here in the third for Daleville. They've scored in every inning. They're a pretty good offensive team. This pitch is low, smothered again by Gaskell. Nowhere to put him. Collins on in relief of Jack Mace, who went 2+ as the starter today. He's the pitcher of record. Collins ready. Smash foul over off the screen on the third base dugout. And it's 2-2. One of those watch me clear the bench moments. Pittsford back in there after looking down at his third base coach, Terry Turner. Sacks full, 2 down. 2-2 pitch. Low and in, and the count runs full. Good crowd on hand here today. Get out for any excuse you can find on a day this pretty. The wind has started to die down a little bit. Not nearly as strong as it was about 30 minutes ago. Here comes the next one. It hit him right in the fanny. Brings home another run as Tighe comes home. Ryan Conwell, the coach, saying, hey, he stuck his hip out a little bit. He's not buying it. It's an RBI the hard way for Pittsford. Second hit batter of the inning, both by Collins. And the sacks remain loaded in a 9-6 game. It's been a 6-run third by the Broncos, and they're not done yet. Jared Waldermeyer steps in. He takes inside and high for ball 1. Waldermeyer is 1 out of 2, single and a walk, scored both times. A chance to do serious damage here in the third. Pitch on the way. It's upstairs. 2-0 to Waltermeyer. Twelfth hitter of the inning by Daleville here in the third. They started this frame trailing 6-3. They now lead 9-6. And walks have been a major part of the damage for Cowan. There's a strike, fastball. 2-1 the count. I always loved to hit with 2 down when I was a player because I knew my guys were going on contact, and I was greedy. I wanted those extra ribeyes. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good cut. Waltermeyer couldn't get it, though, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, bases loaded. Jared Waltermeyer waiting on the one from Noah Collins, and that was not the one. That was a good layoff. The ball was smothered low and away. Some guys might have chased. Waltermeyer did not. And the count is 3-2. So now it's not only going on contact. Now they're all moving when the pitcher breaks because the count is full with 2 away and the bag's juiced. And the merry-go-round begins. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, left field, deep. That's going to be trouble. It hangs up long enough to be caught right in front of the fence. Wow. Davis there to take it just a few feet from a grand slam home run. Oh, man. Close, but no stogie for Jared Waltermeyer. That brings an end to the inning, but not before a bunch of damage by Daleville. They score 6 runs on a bunch of hits and walks, and through 3 innings of play in Daleville, it's the Broncos 9, Cowan 6 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
to do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
High school sports.
A winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We start the 4th inning. Cowan trailing 9-6, 9-1-2 in the order for the Blackhawks. Jacob Thomas took a strike to start things from Evan Etchison. Next one is out of the zone to even the count 1-1. Wind up the pitch. Downstairs. 2-1. Been a while since I've seen an inning that included 6 runs by both teams in the same frame. Swing and a miss. 2-2. But that's just what happened. Cowan got 6 in the top of the third. Daleville got 6 in the bottom of the third. I'll see you and I'll raise you. Ground ball toward the right side. It's by the first baseman. Tige has it on a dive. He'll throw to first, but not in time. It's an infield single for Jacob Thomas and a heck of a hustle play by Tige. Infield single.
Center fielder number 11, Max Nitrover.
That brings in the top of the order. Max Nietrauer. 0 for 2, fly out, strikeout. Pete Smith, the third baseman, in tight at third. Sack was on the bunt back to the screen to make it 0-1. Talk about entertaining games. We've had them for you the last 2 days. I'd like to flex our schedule and bring you the best possible game if we can get it. And we've had some Donniebrooks the last 2 days. Niechauer down 0-1. He shows bunt again. This one's bunted foul again. And Niechauer's behind 0-2. Trying to move Jacob Thomas at least 90 feet, with Cowan trailing 9-6. Unofficially, quick glance, I've got Cowan for 7 hits on the day. There's strike 3 taken on the outside corner. Backward K for Niechauer as he heads back to the first base dugout. First out of the inning. Second strikeout of Niechauer back-to-back, and it brings in Evan Davis for the third time today. 3 strikeouts in the game by Etchison. Swing and a miss by Davis. Strikeout, walk and a run scored for Davis in that third inning rally. Walter Meyer over there holding Jacob Thomas close. Here's the pitch home. Beautiful curveball taken for a strike. That was a pretty pitch, maybe the best breaking ball today by Evan Etchison to make it 0-2. Evan ready with the next one. Runner bluffs. This one popped up into shallow right center field. Hale on the run. Calls off his teammates. Hauls it in for out number 2. That'll bring up Jack Mace. Hale made a great catch on the dead run yesterday at Delta in right center field. Robbed a Delta player of a double. Ryan moves pretty well for a big guy. 1 on, 2 down for Mace, who is 1 out of 2. Here comes the pitch. Check swing, line drive, foul just over the crowd. Watch out, it's Crew Cut Friday. A lot of the millennials are saying, what's a crew cut? Ask Siri. She'll tell you. 0-1 to Mace. Booming 3-run triple his last time. He takes a breaking ball in the dirt. Runner started but held up and gets back to first safely despite the throw by Pittsford. Down to Walter Meyer. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mace back in there. Lined sharply to short. His first time. He's 1 out of 2, and he's hit it hard twice. He's got a big swing on that one. Foul tip held on to by Pittsford. Just got a little bit of it. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mace. He began the day as the Cowan pitcher. Now playing third base. He takes a fastball high and away. Good stop by Pittsford. 2-2 the count. Sun ducking in behind a cloud right now, so it's not real bright. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in off the plate. Etchison thought he had him in under the hands, but the umpire says, nope, too tight, and the count's full. It's a good spot, though. If you're going to miss in, you better be in on Mace. You leave it out over that inner half, he's going to crush it. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks. Ball 4. Breaking ball away. Mace held up, and he draws the walk. That moves Thomas down to second base, and it brings up the cleanup man, Dylan Gaskell.
Catcher number 8, Dylan Gaskell.
Gaskell, big right-handed hitter. All set to go. Fastball to him. He takes strike 1. Gaskell grounded out to the pitcher and reached on an error by the shortstop. Officially nothing out of 2 with 2 men on. He takes a breaking ball high, and it's 1-1. And I say again, Gaskell represents the potential tying run. A home run here would tie the game again. Etchison brings it home. Gaskell takes, good eye, just under the knees on the outside corner for a ball. Etchison has walked 2, struck out 3. He's got a 3-run cushion. Swung on and fouled back out of play. It's halfway to the softball diamond. Count goes to 2-2. Etchison has a new ball. Daleville plays behind Mace at first. He's got a huge lead. Short lead at second by Thomas. Etchison looks back at him, brings it home. Curved him, popped up, back behind the plate, out of play. Good job by Gaskell to stay alive. He comes in today batting .455 through 4 games. That leads the team. He's one of the power guys in the lineup. He's a doubles machine. Foul tips this one to stay alive. Good battle here. Still 2-2. Gaskell not giving an inch, and neither is Etchison. Sophomore against senior. The sophomore has the ball in his hand. Has the sign. Brings it home. Ground ball sharply to the right side. That'll move the runners. Tig will go to first and get him for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a walk, 2 men left on base. We head for the bottom of the 4th inning here in Daleville. It's the Broncos 9, Cowan 6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Have you noticed? Sports today are different. Today's athletes are bigger and stronger. They run faster, jump higher, and hit harder than ever before. But there is one thing that hasn't changed about sports, and that's the importance of practicing sportsmanship. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we like to remind you that winning isn't everything. The way you play matters, and a true champion plays the game with respect. For the opponent, for the coaches, and for the officials. True champions practice sportsmanship with the same degree of intensity that they play the games themselves. Sports may evolve, athletes may change, but the mark of a true champion will always be the same. Play like a champion. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the bottom of the 4th. We're halfway home in this one, and Daleville out in front, 9-6. A lot of ball left to play. We are nowhere near being done. Bottom third of the order due up for Terry Turner's Broncos. Here and there, half of the 4th. Cowan got all 6 of its runs in the 3rd. Daleville got 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd. And here they come in the 4th with left fielder Caden Gothrop. Howdy doody, time for walk-up music? How do you like that? Oh, boy. Gothrop ready. Here's the pitch. It's low and inside, ball 1. That's worth a chuckle. Strikeout, walk, run scored in a 1-trip base day so far for Gothrop. This one is outside and high to make it 2-0. I'm trying to tell you is he's been on once. Got 1 at bat. Mace, the third baseman, in on the grass, thinking bunt here. Fastball low and in. Good take. Gothrop is ahead 3-0. Evan Etchison and Blaine Tighe waiting in the wings here in the home fourth. Been a very entertaining game. Collins brings it home. One hops the catcher Gaskell, and that's ball 4.
Pitcher, number 7, Evan Etchison.
That'll bring in Evan Etchison, wearing jersey number 7. He's got a man aboard with nobody out here in the fourth. Fourth time on the day that Daleville has hit, and they've had their leadoff man on 3 of those times. First pitch to Etchison is outside, ball 1. This is a team that's very good offensively. They'll really pressure the pitcher and the defense. Hard smash down to third. Mace with a nice play. Airmails the throw, but Kier has it. He's plenty tall. And that's one down. That moves Gothrop down to second base on the fielder's choice. Nice play by Mace that time. That brings up the 9-hole hitter, Blaine Tighe. That ball was hit right on the screws. Tighe, a right-handed hitter. That one nearly hit him. It was inside for ball 1. Tighe has walked both times, scored a run in that big third inning. Officially no at-bats. In the top of the order, waiting behind him with a man at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball, called strike, outside corner. Nice pitch by Collins to even the count at 1 apiece. Next one grounded towards short on a couple of hops. Throw across is in the dirt. It gets away from Kier. A man will come home to score. There goes the runner headed for second. He's going to be out. Nice job by Kier to recover and throw him out. So Tighe reaches on the E6, but gets thrown out. 3-4, trying to go to second base. Gothrop came home to score. And it's a 10-6 game. 2 away now. And that first pitch home to Matt Stecker hits him. He'll go to first base. No harm there. Collins has hit 3 batters since coming in relief of Mace. And that brings in Peyton Pete Smith with 2 down and a man at first. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks. He's going. Pitch is eyeing outside for a ball. Gaskell couldn't find the handle and couldn't throw to second. That's a stolen base by Stecker. And if I remember my stats correctly, he is the team leader in steals now. So he's in scoring position at second base with 2 down here in the fourth. Smith waiting on the next one. Collins works him high and tight. Just got enough of the corner for the called strike. And it's 1-1. Smith is 0 for 3, a strikeout, 2 pop-outs. He would love to get a ball and drive one today. Collins brings the next one home. Tapper foul. Over to the third base dugout screen. Been a day of big innings. Collins has his sign from Gaskell. Here's the pitch. Fastball, low and outside. Count is 2-2. 10-6 game now. The Broncos have scored at least one run in every frame as they bat here in the fourth. This one swung on and popped back out of play. And it stays 2-2. Nice having you along for the ride today. Thanks for loaning me your ears for a while. Smith back in the box. Collins has a new baseball, and he's set and brings it home. Fastball high and outside. Good take by Smith. And that's another stolen base as Stecker took off for third and got there without a throw. So Stecker was hit by a pitch, stole second, stole third, and now he's 90 feet from scoring another Daleville run. And the count is full to Pete Smith from the stretch. Pitch on the way. Fastball high and outside, ball 4. Another walk issued by Collins. Walks have been a problem for Cowan today. Men on the corners, 2 down. Josh Price will step in. Big, tall, right-handed hitter. Home run power. He takes one over but low. Ball 1. Price is working on an 0 for 3 day. A fly out, a pop out. Reached on an error, but got stranded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Couldn't get the inside cheese. Count is 1-1. This is going to be one of those seasons where I use about 19 pencil leads because of all the scoring. Price ready. The delivery. Shot towards second. Plucked on the fly by the second baseman just above the dirt. He came up with the ball and a handful of dirt in his glove for the final out of the inning on a smash. Tough luck out by Price. That'll do it for Cowan. They get 1 run, but they leave 2 men on base. They've scored in every inning. We're through 4 complete in Daleville. It's Daleville leading this one 10-6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
to do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
High school sports.
A winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the top of the 5th inning here in Daleville in game 1 of this MEC doubleheader. We'll only be bringing you game 1. I have to give my pipes a little rest every now and then. But we go to the 5th inning in a Donnybrook in a 10-6 game with Daleville out in front of Cowan. We've got a pitching change for Daleville. Peyton Smith will take the mound now in relief of Evan Etchison. Etchison worked 4 innings and allowed those 6 runs. Colin Keir will lead off for Cowan here in the 5th inning. And Smith starts him with a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Double and single for Kier. Pops this one up back behind the plate. And a great play by Smith, who came all the way down off the mound to behind home plate in the dirt. The wind pushed it a good 20 feet away from Pittsford, and that's as far as you're going to see a pitcher run to catch a pop-up in just about any place. That's a fine play by Smith to bail out his catcher. The ball went up, and they always loop. That one really moved because of the wind. It's the first time they've retired Kier, and it brings in Noah Collins. And he promptly lifts this one high and deep down the right field line, but it stays in play. And it's caught just in foul ground by Stecker, the right fielder. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down here in the Cowan fifth.
Second baseman number 1, Christian Barton.
This is called pitch efficiency. 3 pitches, 2 outs. And that brings in Christian Barton, who takes ball 1. Hard to beat that. In the era of the pitch count rule, you'll take economy anytime you can get it. There's a fastball too far outside. Barton ahead in the count, 2-0. Smith works pretty quickly. Right-hander brings it home. Fastball beauty on the outer edge, knee high. A called strike, and it's 2-1. Barton grounded to third, singled in a pair of runs in that rally in the third. Chopper of a ground ball towards Sharp. Price charges, picks, fires, got him. Nice play by Josh, 6-3 in the book, and Cowan retired in order in their half of the 5th inning. They hang a bagel for the 2nd inning in a row. We head for the bottom of the 5th inning in Daleville. It's the Broncos out in front right now. They lead Cowan 10-6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
It's Daleville 10, Cowan 6 as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning here. Broncos Park out here on the south side of Daleville. Sun now playing hide and go seek with the clouds. And the Broncos bat with a 4-run lead here in their half of the 5th.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th. For the
4,
Broncos,
5, and 6 in the
5.
Bronco batting order. It'll be cleanup man Ryan Hale, then Ethan Pittsford, and Jared Waldermeyer. Unless we have pinch hitters. Hale ready. Collins still on the mound for Cowan. Outside with a fastball for ball 1. Double, single, pop out. 2 out of 3 so far for Hale with an RBI. Rips this one. Shortstop caught it but dropped it. Picks it up, fires. Still got him. Nice recovery out there to get the out. 1 away.
Number 18 catcher, Ethan Pittsford.
Batter is Ethan Pittsford, the Daleville catcher again today. Strikeout, a single, hit by a pitch. He's had a busy day. Collins winds and fires, leaves it upstairs, ball one. Daleville, a very good offensive team and consistent. They've scored in every inning today. Chopper foul into the third base dugout. Hope everybody's okay. That's happened a lot today. Broncos have been way out in front of several pitches. Cowan did all their damage in the third, got all 6 of their runs. Daleville, 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 6 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Fastball outside, in the dirt. Pittsford is ahead in the count, 2-1. Gorgeous Friday afternoon. The wind continues to progressively subside. Next pitch home is in the dirt, and the count is 3-1. Just a touch cooler now than we were when the game began. It was about 75 or so when we started things today, but we've cooled off to probably 70. Collins ready with the next pitch. Outside corner, called strike, a beauty. Good take for Pittsford, and that fills the count. Noah Collins on in relief of Jack Mace, the Cowan starter. They chased him in the third inning. This one popped up. It's going to twist back out of play. Pittsford with a run scored today, with an RBI today. Batting with no one on and 1 out here in the fifth. Right-hand batter, right-hand pitcher. Collins with a long pause. Here comes the pitch. It's upstairs, ball 4.
Pittsford 1. Third baseman, number 12.
That'll bring up Jared Waldermeyer.
Lawrence, courtesy runner for catcher.
And a courtesy runner down at first. And it's going to be Derek Lawrence doing the honors again here in the fifth. He has courtesy run twice for Pittsford. That brings up Waldermeyer. A single, a walk, a fly out, and a called strike there to go behind 0-1. Jared has scored 2 runs in this one. Right-handed hitter. Good lead at first. Collins checks him. Runner goes. Smashed into left field. Base hit. Beautiful hit and run. Works perfectly as he pulls it through the 5-hole. The throw back in got away temporarily, but the runners couldn't do anything about that. Pittsford is down to second. And Waldermeyer at first on a sharp single. And here he comes. Caden Gothrop, the howdy doody walk-up music. 2 men on, 1 away. Spin, throw to second. Runner back, diving. Lawrence takes the tied, dirty uniform honor of the day with that one. The laundry just got significantly tougher at the Lawrence house. And whoever does the laundry there will not be happy about that. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in tight. Gothrop takes ball 1. Strikeout, walk, RBI, 2 runs for young Mr. Gothrop so far today as he bats with Lawrence at second and Waldermeyer at first in a 10-6 lead. Shows bunt, takes, pitch was way outside and high. Count is 2-0. If you don't follow me on Twitter yet, you should. My handle is @DelcoPreps. That's where I'll keep you posted on game broadcast plans, stats, all kinds of stuff. Fastball in the dirt, skips the batter. Both runners are going to move up 90 feet on a wild pitch. Sends Lawrence down to third and Waldermeyer down to second. Collins ready. He'll stay in the stretch. There's a swing. Ball gets away in the dirt. He missed the pitch. Gaskell stopped it just enough to keep the runners from moving. Gothrop's still ahead in the count now, 3-1. Left-handed hitter, the only one in the Daleville order. Here comes the pitch to him. Takes outside, ball 4.
Gothrop walks. Below the bases. Number 7.
I'll give you a total eventually, but ballparking it, 8 or 9 walks in the game today for Daleville batters. Time called as Colin Keir trots in from first base to have a quick chat with Noah Collins, and gotta love it. They both have their gloves up over their mouth. They don't want anybody to know what they're talking about. Having been an ex-player, they could be talking about the blonde in row 2 just as much as talking about the next batter, or dinner for that matter. We're all set to go. There's a called strike to Evan Etchison. E squared, as he calls himself on Twitter. Pitcher of record. Takes upstairs. Count evens 1-1. He's in line for a win. He would go to 2-0 on the early season. And well, a big wind gust kicks up the layer of dust on top of the skin infield and blows it all the way to almost Yorktown. Here comes the pitch. Line down the left field line. It's fair. It's a base hit. It's going to go to the corner. 2 men are going to score. The throw comes back in, and it's a 2-run single for Evan Etchison. And that makes it a 12-6 game. E squared has become Mr. RBI.
Number 20, Grant Bowles, is pinch hitting for Wayne Todd. Grant Bowles.
They've got a pinch hitter. It's going to be, I believe, Grant Bowles. One out here in the 5th, a 12-6 game now.
Number 4, Jimmy Bone, is pinch running for Evan Etchison on first base.
Get you caught up on these changes. Evan Etchison is going to come out of the game. A courtesy runner for him, Jimmy Bowen, here in the 5th. Grant Bowles getting a chance to pinch hit here. Right-handed hitter. Grounds one towards short. Hits slowly. Down to second for 1. Relay to first, not in time. Broncos tack on another run. Gothrop comes home to score. Bowen is out on the 6-4 force play. That's the second out of the inning. Bowles is safe at first on the fielder's choice. And the next batter in there, Max Stecker, and he takes a strike. Stecker, the right-hander, grounds one sharply towards short. They'll come across the long way and not get him. He's safe. It's an infield hit for the hustling Max Stecker. Wow. That'll bring in Peyton Smith. Tig is going to go back in now and do the running for Grant Bowles. So runners at first and second with 2 away. This has been a 3-run Daleville 5th so far. They lead 13-6 now with Peyton Smith in there. Little cue ball shot grounded foul over near the first base dugout. It's spinning like a top. 0-1. Now you start to think about the 10-run rule. A home run here would end the game in a dime job. Smith ready. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball in the dirt. Both runners are going to scamper down 90 more feet. A wild pitch, one of many today by Blackhawk pitching. Count is 1-1. (13-6) game. 2 men in scoring position now with 2 away for Smith. He comes set. He brings it home. Does Collins in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Smith, right-handed hitter. Good power. Waiting on the pitch. Here it comes. Takes a strike up at the top of the zone. And it's 2-2.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You keep doing that. You keep doing that. This is my little brother. What you talking about?
Pete Smith. Dangerous man with that bat in his hands. Open right-handed stance. Here's the pitch to it. Swing. Miss. Gets away from the catcher. Gaskell has to throw down, and they do get him. It's a strikeout. 2-3 on the putout. And that ends things here in the Daleville 5th, but not before they do more damage. 3 runs and leave 2 men on base. They've done a lot of that today as well. We're through 6 complete. Make it 5 complete in Daleville. Broncos 13, Blackhawks 6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Have you heard? Winning isn't everything. Championships are great, but there's more to sports than separating the world into winners and losers. The way we play matters too. The choice is simple. You can choose gamesmanship, or you can choose sportsmanship. Gamesmanship is another way of saying whatever it takes. You know the types. They taunt their opponents. Throw the occasional elbow for good measure. Whatever it takes to gain the upper hand. Sportsmanship relies less on underhanded tactics and more on things like strategy, skill, and smarts. It's less about stooping to trickery and more about rising to the occasion. Gamesmanship or sportsmanship? Both can lead to victory, but only one represents the true measure of a champion. Play like a champion. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. 6th inning. Daleville leading Cowan 13-6 in what sounds like a football game. 8, 9, and 1 in the Cowan batting order here in the 6th. As they take their hacks against Peyton Smith. First pitch home to Marshall Hargrave is a fastball, but a ball. Hargrave, a right-handed hitter. Smith with a nice fastball on the outer edge to even the count at 1-1. Single and a run scored in the 3rd for Hargrave. He also grounded out. Here's the pitch. Slap down the right field line. It's trouble. It's over his head. It's going to go all the way to the fence near the foul pole. It's going to be at least a double. He's going to hit the brakes right there. And it's an inning opening double for Marshall Hargrave. Did a nice job. Going with the pitch the other way. Fine piece of hitting.
Third baseman number 12.
He has his
Thomas.
second knock of the game, and it brings in the 9-hole hitter, Jacob Thomas. So one's not over just yet. It's a big lead to be sure, but you don't want to play around with him. Smith brings it home. It's in the air down the right field line. Here comes Stecker. He's got it for the out. The runner tags and holds. That's one away. Rolls around the top of the order, Max Nietrauer. Batting for the 4th time today. A pair of strikeouts and a flyout. Right-hand hitter. Hargrave still at second base. Ground ball towards short. Runner's going to have to hold. Long throw across for Price. He throws a bullet in the dirt. He's safe. Now the runner heads for third, and everyone's safe. It's going to have to be a throwing error on Josh Price. He picked it clean, couldn't finish it. So Nietrauer is aboard. Men are on the corners with one away. Evan Davis is the batter. Davis is 0 for 2. Struck out, flied out. In the 3rd, he walked and scored. In fact, he scored the first run of the day for the Blackhawks. Smith ready. Popped up, back out of play. Smith with a new ball. He'll look in for his sign. Has one from Pittsburgh. Spin throw to first. Runner back safely. Nietrauer does his get my uniform dirty routine. Hargrave at third. Nietrauer at first. Here in the Cowan 6th as they trail 13-6. Nietrauer bluffs. Curveball called strike to Davis. And he's behind 0-2. Smith still in the stretch with a runner at first and a runner at third. Spin throw to first again. Close, but no stogie. Nietrauer back under the tag. Etchison playing first base now after starting the day on the mound. He's the pitcher of record. He's in line for a win if they can hold on. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss in the dirt. He's out.
Davis strikes out. 2 outs in the inning.
2 away for Jack Mace. That's the first K of the day for Peyton Smith. And it brings in the dangerous Jack Mace. He's hit the ball hard twice, lined out, tripled to the right center field gap for 3 runs. Walked and was stranded his last time. Throw to first again. Nietrauer back okay. Mace a strong kid. Wind still blowing out from the left field corner to the right field corner. Here's the ball grounded through the left side. Base hit. 1 run home. It gets by the left fielder, Gothrop, and rolls to center field. Another man is going to try to come home and score. He's going to make it without a play. And it's a 13-8 game. Mace will pick up an RBI, just one of them. That'll bring in Dylan Gaskell. Both Hargrave and Nietrauer came home to score there to cut that lead to 5 now. First pitch home to Gaskell was a ball. He's up there ready for the next one. It's a fastball of beauty for a called strike. 1-1 to Gaskell. Ground out, reached on an error. Officially 0 for 3. Takes the ball in the dirt. 2-1 the count now. Smith on in relief of Evan Etchison. Gaskell ahead in the count, 2-1 with a man at second. Here's the pitch. Curveball, little too low. Good take by Gaskell to make it 3-1. Been a fantastic day weather-wise. There's a called strike on the outer edge with a fastball. Gaskell taking all the way in the count full. It's about time we had some warm weather, isn't it? Yeah, I agree. There's a called third strike. Smith throws Gaskell with a fastball on the outside corner, and that's the final out here in the inning. 2 runs, a double, a single, an error, and a man left on base for Cowan here in the 6th. They pick up 2 more, though, and as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning in Daleville, it's the Broncos still out in front of the Blackhawks, 13-6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We've had another pitching change during the break, and it's going to be Max Nietrauer going to the mound for Cowan to face Daleville in the 6th inning. Comes in from center field to get an inning of work, maybe 2, depending on how this goes. Nietrauer in relief of Collins and Mace as he goes through what's left of his warm-up tosses. It's really, really tough when you start a game I think it was 3 guys today who couldn't pitch at all for Cowan because of the rest rule. Now you're down 3 pitchers in this game, and you've got another game to play if they play the doubleheader instead of calling it a night. It's really tough.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th for Daleville. Shortstop, number 3, Josh.
3, 4, and 5 in the batting order for Daleville here in their half of the 6th inning. They lead 13-8. Nietrauer will greet Josh Price to open his day on the bump. Price, Hale, and Pittsford. Josh Price has had a tough day. He's made a couple errors in the field, and he is 0 for 4 at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Hits the front edge of the plate and goes to the backstop. Ball 1. The younger brother of T.J. Price and Austin, one of the coaches here at Daleville. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's a fastball at the top of the zone, taken for a strike. Josh, a good player in his own right. He's really going to be a good player. He's only a sophomore. Lined up in the pitch. High fly ball, deep left field. It's chasing him back. It's going to be off the wall on a hop. Going to be at least 2, and it will be a stand-up double for Josh Price. That's more like it, young man. So he responds with a double to lead things off in inning number 6. The Broncos have had leadoff men on all day long. fact, I believe they've had their leadoff man aboard in 5 of the 6 innings today. Ryan Hale, the hitter. He takes low and in ball 1. A double, a single, a pop out, a ground out for Ryan Hale today. Run scored as well. He swings at a low end pitch. Couldn't get it. 1-1. I would say if you're going to get him out, that's where you got to get him out. Down. You can't get him out up. Really tough. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. These teams have scored runs in bunches today, especially the Broncos. Both teams have had a 6-run inning in this game. There's a pitch up, an off-speed pitch, and Hale swung through it. And the count is 2-2. I'm not sure I'd want to leave that one up there again, though. That was Trouble City. Man at second, no one out. Runner is Price, hitter is Hale. High fly ball, deep center field. That's going to send him all the way back, and it's going to one-hop the wall just under the top of the fence. Runner rounding third. Price is going to score without a play, and it's 14-8 Daleville. Another booming double off the bat of Ryan Hale. He continues to tear it up here in his senior year. Back-to-back doubles here in the 6th inning. And Ethan Pittsford is the hitter. This is a very doubles-oriented team. A lot of guys on this team drive the ball in the gaps. Pitch in the dirt. Good block by Gaskell. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out of 2 for Pittsford with a walk and a hit by pitch. He has a single and a strikeout and a run scored to go along with his resume. He takes up and away, and it's 2-0. And again, you start to think about the 10-run rule. It's 14-8 right now, but no one's out. Chance for a big inning for the Broncos. There's a nice slider for a strike. Nietrauer with a nice pitch to pick up the strike there against Pittsford, who was taken all the way. Ethan all ready. From the set, Nietrauer brings it home. Swing and a miss. Good spot. Nice pitch by Max, and it's 2-2. Third Cowan pitcher of the day here in game 1. Mace started, lasted 2+. Collins relieved him. Nietrauer relieved Collins. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. He's going to have to run it out and throw down to first. Gaskell throws down.
One out the inning.
And that's 1 away.
Third baseman, Jared Waltermeyer.
K, 2-3 on the putout. Jack Mace playing first base down there now. Hale couldn't go anywhere, and with 1 away, Jared Waltermeyer is the hitter. He's had a busy day. More on that in a moment. Nietrauer starts him with a fastball for a strike. Waltermeyer has scored 3 runs, a single, a walk, a single, and a flyout. He's worked hard today. Next pitch is inside in the dirt. Good smother by Gaskell. It's 1-1. Fastball outside for a ball to make it 2-1. Got a little dude out here chasing his ball, having a good time, flirting with girls. You're going far. Next one home is too high. Waltermeyer laid off.
You tried.
3 balls and a strike. Ryan Hale, the Daleville runner at second base. Nietrauer looks out at him, brings it home. Strike. As Waltermeyer was taken all the way. And the count runs full. Now we got another junior dude getting in on the action. He's got a sucker. Oh, life's tough. Next pitch is outside ball 4. Waltermeyer draws a pass. That'll bring up Caden Gothrop.
Fielder number 17, Caden Gothrop.
Runners at first and second now for the Broncos with 1 away here in their half of the 6th. They lead 14-8. Nietrauer brings it home from the stretch, and it's outside ball 1. Caden has also reached 3 times on walks with a strikeout. He has scored 3 runs. Here's the pitch to him. He takes a strike. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we may push 400 pitches in this game before it's all said and done. If they play a regulation 7 combined, we might get there. Swing and a miss. They're going to say he foul tipped it back to the screen. And the count is 1-2. Gothrop, a good-looking young player. A lot of baseball ahead of him. Couple of hops toward third with a ground ball. They'll get the out down there as the third baseman tags Hale coming down for the unassisted out. Gothrop is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Waltermeyer runs down to second base. 5 unassisted on Hale. That's out number 2, and it brings up Evan Etchison. E squared. Evan, a right-handed hitter, looking out at Nietrauer, and he takes a strike. Etchison's first look at Nietrauer today on the mound.
Sorry.
Long pause. Nietrauer ready. Brings it home. Line toward left field. It's going to be over his head and off the wall on a hop. One man will score. Another one headed for third. Throw back in, and it's a double. And another run for the Broncos as Waltermeyer scores to make it 15-8. Gothrop down at second, make it third. Etchison at second. And the hitter is Blaine Tighe. And he takes ball 1. Nietrauer now from the windup. Line softly toward right. Nice play by the second baseman to stab it on the line for the out. And it finishes off the inning for Daleville on an L4 in the book. Broncos score again. They've scored in every inning today. They pick up 2 more. And as we go to the 7th inning, in game 1, it's Daleville 15, Cowan 8 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Have you heard? Winning isn't everything. Championships are great, but there's more to sports than separating the world into winners and losers. The way we play matters too. The choice is simple. You can choose gamesmanship, or you can choose sportsmanship. Gamesmanship is another way of saying whatever it takes. You know the types. They taunt their opponents. Throw the occasional elbow for good measure. Whatever it takes to gain the upper hand. Sportsmanship relies less on underhanded tactics and more on things like strategy, skill, and smarts. It's less about stooping to trickery and more about rising to the occasion. Gamesmanship or sportsmanship, both can lead to victory, but only one represents the true measure of a champion. Play like a champion. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
It's Daleville 15, Cowan 8. As we move to the 7th inning, do or die time to the nth degree for the Blackhawks, trailing by 7. Colin Keir, Noah Collins, and Christian Barton in that order for Ryan Conwell's team. Keir, the big left-handed hitter, ready for the offering from Smith. It's a curve taken for a strike. It was a beauty. Double, single pop out for Colin Keir here in game 1. Swinging the Marucci bat. Swing and a miss. At a curve in the dirt. 0-2. Keir well off the plate. He's probably 6'4". A lot of arm. So he's well off the plate. This one away. It's 1-2. Great to have you along today. And if you know someone who couldn't be here for the game live, it is archived on the Delco Preps channel on YouTube. You can listen again anytime. 2-2 now the count, following the ball to Keir. Leading off the 7th. Blackhawks need 7 just to keep the game moving. He takes high and away. Count is full. Smith ready. Lines, fires. Works him with a curve and misses. Ball 4. A lot of walks in this game by both teams, especially by the Cowan pitchers. So the leadoff man is aboard. That brings in Noah Collins with a man at first. Smith now from the stretch. High fly ball down the left field line. It's playable, though, and Gothrop will have to come in now. He started back and then had to recover and come in and catch it for out number 1. Nice play by the freshman left fielder. He's going to be very good in years to come. Christian Barton, the batter for the Blackhawks. They're down to their final 2 outs. Snap throw to first. Keir back, diving head first. Plenty more baseball coming up here in the next month or so. Smith brings the pitch home. Lined right back past him to second. Backhand flip to short for 1. Throw to first, wide. He's safe at first. And it goes in the dugout. And Barton will end up at second base on a fielder's choice and an E6. Been a tough day for Josh Price. That's 2 away. They got it the short way, 4-6 down at second. Couldn't finish off the double play with 2 down. Man at second for Marshall Hargrave, and he represents the final chance for Cowan here in game 1. Facing Peyton Smith. Fastball. You heard the grunt. Low and away, ball 1. Little extra mustard on that one. Smith back on the rubber now, looking in for a sign from Pittsford. He's got one. Checks the runner at second, brings it home. Fastball off the screen.
Runner advances on the wild pitch.
Another wild pitch. Sends Barton down to third. It probably won't matter in this game but at some point it will matter in this season. You've got to have mental discipline, because this situation could make your season or break it in the state tournament, and that stuff can't happen in the state tournament. You can get away with it today, but not then. Pitch in the dirt to make it 3-0 now. The line, the fire, fastball, piped it for a called strike. Barton, the runner at third, with 2 down here in the 7th. Daleville trying to close it out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball toward short. That might do it. Price sets, fires, got him. Game over. 6-3 on the putout, and that does it for this one. Daleville wins this one, going away. The final score in Daleville in game 1. The Broncos 15, Cowan 8. Back with a quick post game after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Indiana, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard. Always do your best. And if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Daleville High School. This one is in the books and it belongs to the Broncos. Daleville wins the opener today by a final of 15-7. Broncos batted 6 times today and put at least 1 run on the board in every inning they played. They scored 15 runs on a dozen hits unofficially. Cowan scores 8 runs, 6 of them in a wild 3rd inning, 2 more in the 6th. But that's all they could muster. 8 hits, make it 9 hits for Cowan unofficially in game 1. So the winning pitcher is going to be Evan Etchison. He'll go to 2-0, and Jack Mace is going to take the loss for Cowan. It looks like they are going to play game 2, but we won't be broadcasting it for you. But we do appreciate you spending your afternoon with me and supporting high school baseball here on the World Wide Web. It's a great sport. Doesn't get near the attention it should. That's my sermon for today. As long as I'm drawing a breath, someone will care. That's all I can tell you. So the final score for the final time in game 1, Daleville beats Cowan 15-8. The Broncos improved to 4-1, 1-4 on the ledger now for Ryan Conwell's Cowan Blackhawks, and Terry Turner's 3rd-ranked 1A Daleville Broncos are humming on all 8 cylinders right now on offense. They are going to be a tough out again in 2018. That's it. The final score for the final time, Daleville 15, Cowan 8. I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining me today. Keep your eyes on my Twitter feed at Delco Preps for information in the future about broadcast games and, coming up soon, the season's first, Delaware County top 10 stat leaders in both baseball and softball. Until then, for everyone at Beaver Media, have a great night. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm on Monday when it snows again. I know. And until then, so long, everybody. We'll see you later.